We're gathered here again to mark the handover of a donation, a sum of money from Coreas distribution, and represented by Mr. Jimmy Ford. Also with us this morning is our Minister of Health, Honorable Luke Brown. We do also have representative from the management of the hospital, the Deputy Administrator, and also representative of nursing. We also do have with us other members of the Ministry of Health, and we just want to thank you very much for being here with us. I said before that the donation will go towards work to be done here at the Accident and Emergency Department, and very significant to this donation, as we noted, is Coreas distribution. And we do have also with us Mr. Jimmy Ford, and we'll ask him just to say a few words before we have the Minister bring the main feature.
Thank you very much, Mr. PS. Minister of Health, Luke Brown, Deputy Hospital Administrator, other officials of the Ministry of Health, the media. Good morning. My name is Jimmy Ford, as the PS would have mentioned before. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Coreas Distribution Limited, and I'm here today to make a presentation to the hospital. Now, this Milton Cato Memorial Hospital is if not one of the most important institutions in this country, and is an integral part of the fabric of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. This emergency room is very important to the lives of Vincentians. It would have saved many lives. And Coreas Distribution is in the food and pharmaceutical business. We're into the business of sustenance and saving lives also. Part of the society, because of course without food, there's no life without food. With a staffing complement of nearly 200 persons, and of course their families, we are a significant beneficiary of this Milton Cato Memorial Hospital and the A&E department, E&A rather. And therefore we feel it is part of our corporate social responsibility to contribute to the hospital when asked to so do. So when the minister reached out to me and asked for some assistance, I mean, the response, as he would tell you, came in less than 30 seconds. It was easy. Because, you hear the requests for different things. But we recognize from a corporate standpoint that the government cannot do everything. And where we as citizens and the members of the corporate community can chip in and help, we ought to do so. And it makes it very easy for me to stand here today and make a contribution of $10,000 towards the A&E Department of Milton Cato Memorial Hospital. I should inform you, because you may not be aware, that this is not the first association we're having with the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital, or the Ministry of Health for that matter. We not too long ago made a contribution of $7,000 towards the refurbishing of a mobile blood bank, and I am informed that sometime in the very near future we should see that the value of that contribution, as the bank could move around St. Vincent and collect one of the most valuable resource that we have in this country, again, blood for the sustenance of life. So I'm very happy to make this contribution on behalf of Coreas, the team at Coreas Distribution Limited. And I'm certain that the Ministry of Health, the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital, and the A&E department will find great use for our contribution. I thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ford. And he has said to us that Coreas Distribution is a significant beneficiary of the Ministry of Health, but we really want to recognize to and commend this entity for really and truly stepping up and actually showing or leading the way. We have had flow in terms of what it means to enter into a public-private partnership in ensuring that we do have the business of the state moving forward. We do have with us our minister, and we will ask him as well to make some remarks on the handover of this check.
Thank you, Permanent Secretary, and I'd like to acknowledge the presence of all persons gathered here, and to pay special acknowledgement to Mr. Jimmy Ford from Coreas Distribution Limited, who has basically caused this event to be taking place this morning, an event for the handover of a generous donation from the company that he is leading so expertly to the Accident and Emergency Department of the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital. I see in our presence here several veterans of the health services, including Dr. Lennox Adams, who serves right here at Accident and Emergency and who understands, no doubt, very clearly the need for the kind of project on which we are about to embark in this department of our hospital services. We have nurses and we have media professionals gathered here, and we just welcome you all here. And it's not the first time that we have been here, and it is very important that more entities come on board and assist us with what we're working to do here. Now, I just have a few comments to make about today and the activities. Well, of course, we are gathered on a day on which we would later rest our former Governor General, Sir Frederick Ballantyne, and I think it's appropriate here for us to signal the fact that he himself made a sterling contribution to the development of healthcare services in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. He served this hospital in several capacities, including as the Chief Medical Officer, from which post he retired. Apart from that, he went on to play a very instrumental role in the development of the partnership we have with the World Pediatric Project. He was a man at the heart of the creation and development of medical schools, and he was, well, of course, his professional speciality was cardiology. So he had a heart, and he was responsible for mending hearts. We lay him to rest today. So we are basically gathered sort of in his memory as we talk about the future of healthcare in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The ministry has set out an ambitious agenda for 2020. 2020, our year of vision and victory. And one of the components of that agenda is a public-private partnership for the refurbishment of this Accident and Emergency Department. And consistent with that vision, we have Coreas Distribution Limited coming to the fore and making this contribution, which would certainly create a big difference for us. And it's not, as you have heard, the first time that Coreas is doing something along these lines. They were there for us in relation to the blood bank not so long ago, and I'm sure that they will be there for us again in the future. You heard that the conversation that I held with the Chief Executive Officer had a situation where we got an affirmative response in less than 30 seconds. You know, it makes me want to have more conversations with him. You know, but this contribution will go a long way towards achieving the objectives that we've set out for ourselves here and contributing to healthcare. This Accident and Emergency Department is a very busy part of the hospital. I've been reviewing the statistics. On a daily basis, you have about 60 persons coming here for care and attention. This translates to a monthly situation where on average around 1,700 persons come to the Accident and Emergency Department. So when you extrapolate this information in terms of its annual component, we are dealing with a scenario where the Accident and Emergency caters for in the vicinity of 20,000 Vincentians on a yearly basis. And you could imagine, therefore, that any investment in this part of our hospital will go a long way towards improving access, comfort, and care for patients. In particular, we have some components of a project earmark. We are hoping, for instance, to carry out a complete repainting of this facility and other parts of the hospital as well. We have to do work in terms of seating. We have to do work in terms of security. We have to make sure that the persons who are in the waiting area are comfortable while they're waiting. And the infrastructural work, the work that we will do on the facility and the plant, has to be complemented with something that is not infrastructural, something that has to do with the human resources, something that speaks to the sensitivity with which we take care of our patients, something that has to do with how responsive we are when patients come to us. It's just all about putting our best foot forward for the 20-odd thousand people who come through the doors of the accident and emergency on an annual basis. It is clear, and I'd like this to be a signal, that from the standpoint of the ministry, we will do whatever it takes to make sure that everyone here is taken care of in an appropriate manner. And Mr. Ford, when he spoke, he said it. He said that the government can't do everything by itself. This is why this public-private partnership is so important, and I look forward to us achieving good results through this project, through this initiative, and we extend our heartfelt gratitude to Coreas Distribution Limited. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Minister. And you know, we can assure you that within the Ministry of Health, we are resolute, we are determined, we are focused. Notwithstanding the challenges, we will continue to bring healthcare to the people of this nation, and we will continue to improve. We will continue to do our best. And what is earmarked for the accident and emergency is just one example of the continued determination of the government and of the Ministry of Health to improve on our delivery of healthcare in this country. And just to resonate one thing that the minister says, our effort at the infrastructural improvement must be complemented by our human resource, and we must execute efficiently. That being said, we wish to thank everyone, the media. We really do appreciate. We had with us today persons from the ITSD unit with a focus on communications. We also have with us members from the API, NBC, Searchlight, and I hope I didn't miss anyone else. This again goes to show how you, the members of the media, value this sort of activity, and we're very much appreciative. We want to thank the members of the staff who are here with us. Also the Honorable Minister of Health for taking time out of his busy schedule. He's very hands-on. He's all these events, and we're most grateful. It speaks volume of him and of his dedication to this work and to the work of the Ministry of Health. To Mr. Ford and his organization, again, most sincere gratitude, and we will be reaching out to you in the distant future. And we're very grateful for your flexibility, understanding, and being very receptive to our request. And to all of the persons who are here, who are listening to us, we are very much grateful that you have stayed the entire session with us, and we want to thank you very much. So next time we meet here, we should be meeting here in a much more improved environment the next time we meet here. All right, that being said, that we are now going to have a symbolic handover by Mr. Ford, the CEO of Coreas Distribution Limited, and he will be doing a symbolic handover to the Honorable Minister.